talked to everyone in a while. I haven't made a video in a couple months. A whole bunch has been happening. Wanted to let everybody know what's going on, and then I'm going to take a little tour around the house so y'all can see the house. It's kind of messy, but we're always leery about shooting the house and all that, but we can shoot it. It's alright. And we want our family to see it anyway. So, about a little over 2 months ago, I guess, I'd have to look, I was diagnosed with ADHD, excuse me, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Back in the day, it was ADD, which is Attention Deficit Disorder. And I was diagnosed, and I've been undergoing treatment for that, which has been going really well. A lot of changes. It's a life-changing thing. If you are treated as an adult, it changes everything. So that's where all the writing comes in that I've been doing and everything. I used to not be a writer at all. Couldn't stand it. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to read. It's not that I'm bad at reading. I just would much rather watch a DVD or something. And now I hardly ever turn the TVs on. I keep looking over there just because they've got 80s videos on, and I love the 80s. I think that was like Chicago or something, but that was great. But as far as watching movies and stuff, I don't think I've watched a whole DVD in a couple months. I'm very much into writing now. My mother is blown away at how I've become after treatment. I'm just so much more focused. And basically what it is people with ADHD, we don't make enough dopamine or neuroepinephrine in our brains to be at a normal level. So we have to take a medication that brings those levels back to normal. So our whole lives we have been kind of like operating on one engine when you're supposed to have four. And in my case it's severe. So I started writing books, and how that came about was after treatment it had such a positive effect on me. I wanted to write an article about it and submit it to the website for ADHD and people with that for kind of a success story. And the article turned into 20 pages and 40 and 80 pages, and it became a book, and now it's broken up into chapters, and it's basically a self-help book for people with ADHD who are dealing with it. It's more geared towards adults because it's very different after treatment than the way you were. I mean, look, I'm writing, and I never liked to write before. I started writing a novel. That's about 150 pages in now, and I have such a love for criminal law and trials and all that's kind of the thriller that I'm writing and kind of the stuff I want to write. But that is what has been going on lately. So it's been great. It's a whole different world. It takes a lot of getting used to. There's side effects that I'm still getting used to. I take a stimulant medication. I take one in the morning, and it's an extended release, so it lasts all day. But it's got some weird side effects to it, and I happen to have all of them. So I'm trying to deal with that. But the good outweighs the bad so much. I mean, they say, well, there's a statistic that once adults are treated who have ADHD, they are 300% more likely to have a successful business than people without ADHD. People like Bill Gates, Will Smith, Tom Hanks, I believe, the owner of Virgin Airlines, the owner of JetBlue Airlines, Steve Jobs had it. Really smart people who have been treated have it. And, it's just until you find out you have it, that's the tough part. It's very difficult to diagnose. It's almost a hidden thing. it's covered by depression, anxiety. So you go into the doctor and they see that and they treat you for depression or anxiety. They're not even looking. It's a very well hidden disorder. That's hard to find. And the way I found mine was I came across an article on the internet, and I was reading all the causes of it, which is like procrastination, lack of focus. I have like 95% of every symptom. The only one I don't have is the hyperactivity, and that's when I was like, I want to get this checked out. So I went to my doctor, and he is not my doctor anymore. That's one thing. He was like, I don't think you have that. You don't have that. And I had a stack of research, and I said, I think I want to get it checked out. I think so. And then he's like, okay, we'll go to the psychologist. So I went, and I tested for it, and I not only have it, but it's like overwhelmingly severe. I go back to the doctor, and he hadn't even read the report that he was supposed to read. Anyway, I blew up in his office. I was angry, and I went somewhere else, and I now have a new doctor who specializes in it. And it was meant to be that way. That's what God wanted, so that's what happened. And I'm grateful because I have a wonderful doctor. He knows so much about it, and that's really who you need to find as a specialist if you have it. But looking back before treatment, it's the best way to explain it, and that most adults explain it, is a fog is lifted. It's like you're kind of in a haze, and now everything is very clear. You're focused. You finish everything on time, one thing at a time, or very few things at a time, instead of starting 50 things at once. So things are great. Anyway, I'll let everybody know when the books are published, and I'll post it on Facebook. Shouldn't be too awfully long. I mean, they're rolling along pretty fast. So now we'll run through the house real quick. It's kind of messy, but my room, of course. It's my room, and you got my dogs down there. This is the foyer. Our house is beautiful. I love it. This is kind of, I call it the picture room. It's actually the foyer. This is the media room. And this is, like I was saying, I don't even turn that on anymore, really. See that shiny floor? That's like 6 coats of wax. I did that. That's what happens after you treat your ADHD. You will do things to the nth degree. But yeah, it's the living room. It's the sunroom. And then we have our kitchen in here. There's the kitchen. And we love to look out this window. It's just so beautiful. Let's see. I think I have another room. And this right here is Mom's art room, which is way back there in that corner. I call this the cabinet room because it has all of those cabinets against the wall up there and on the other side. It's really cool. And we always keep a Christmas tree year-round in here now. So that's the house. And I hope everybody's doing well and having a very blessed day.